Hello and welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath and I've got a quick 4K review for the movie Smile. This is one of the biggest hits of 2022. This is a horror movie that a lot of people are talking about. I'm seeing mixed discussion here. On one side, there's a lot of people that think it's fresh. It's certified fresh with Rotten Tomatoes, proclaims this sticker on the package. Does this sticker mean anything to you guys? Let me know, honestly. Continue the conversation in the comments below. I always say, this is what I want to know. When you see a sticker like this, you go, oh, I'll check that out. Or is it just marketing for you? On the other side, I'm seeing people say that it relies too heavily on jump scares and that it is derivative of other horror movies. So in this 4K movie review, I'm going to tell you what I think about the movie. We'll talk about the tech specs, the quality of it's, shot digitally, so it's a fairly one-to-one, conversion there. But how does it look, For me, well, let's start here. I'm not going to spoil this movie for you, but this is about, it's sort of watching someone go mad. It's sort of the descent of madness over the course of about 2 hours. We learn at the beginning of the movie that something bad happens, and then we learn that this is going to happen to you. And then the next 2 hours, 1 hour and 50 minutes after that, is waiting to see how it all ends up. If you've seen a lot of horror movies, there are very few surprises here for you. That's something, I have a video with my friend Lisa Downs, the director of the Life After Flash, Life After the Navigator, the upcoming Life After Atreyu. And we talked about, can horror still scare us? Because when you watch enough horror movies, you learn all the tricks, right? The medicine cabinet with the reflection. I'm shaving in the medicine cabinet. Open, then you close it and there's somebody there. Or the backing away and there's somebody behind you. Like, there's these little things that you can do. And the trick is to subvert those cliches and those tropes in a way that's fun and fresh and interesting. Fun and fresh and interesting. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Those are not words I would use to describe Smile. I know a lot of people are really connecting with this. I didn't. I really wanted to connect with it, but I found most of it to be kind of plodding and just too long. I don't connect with any of the characters. It's not fun to watch. I really feel like I'm just waiting for something to happen most of the time in this movie. And because it's an hour and 55 minutes long, that's a long time. If you've got a movie that's pushing 2 hours, it needs to be full of a lot of story. That's not really what the director, who also wrote the screenplay, is going for here. He's kind of more interested with watching someone slowly go mad. I'm not really interested in that. I don't really want that. I don't come to horror for dramatic resonance. Okay, that's just not what I'm really interested in, but I know some people are. What's interesting is I'm noticing maybe there's an age divide and that younger people, because the director is considerably younger than I am, they want different things. They want these experiences that ring true to life, and that's just not what I want from horror. I want to be entertained. I want a good time. It does have some jump scares, but I was impressed with the sense of dread that the movie conveys, and I think it does a good job of just unsettling you. It does some interesting things with the camera too. There are several times in the movie where we're, it's like, I guess it's a drone shot where, we're in the sky, we're looking down, there's woods, like a forest or something, and then there's a car driving and the camera tilts down towards them and then completely turns upside down. So we're looking, we are upside down. I think that happens twice in the movie. And I thought that was a nice touch. That's a nice visual thing that I don't see used a whole lot. But I don't really connect with it. It's not something that I'm interested in. And yeah, I think I've said it's hard to talk about movies like this because when it comes to something like this, this has happened before. I'll talk about a movie and then the director sees my video. And that's always because you want to be honest, but you also want to be kind. You don't want to be confrontational. Here's what's really good about this is a first-time filmmaker that made a short film, which is included on the 4K. It was the inspiration for the movie Smile. It's about 11 minutes. This is a first-time filmmaker that is getting a shot at making a huge, widely distributed movie. And because this thing was a $17 million movie, which is, it's weird to think that that's low. Like, that's a low budget for modern movies because they spend like $350 million on some of these things. But it was such a huge success. It made over $200 million. So there's probably going to be a Smile 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 8 and 10 and the Smile Cinematic Universe, Wink, a Smile story, something like that. Well, these are here to stay probably. But I think it's great that there's a new filmmaker. It's kind of unfortunate for me to see someone who's got talent, obviously talent, and I just see the franchise machine coming. You know, that's kind of unfortunate for me. But hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'm completely off base here. But I am so grateful that new filmmakers are getting an opportunity to tell their stories. This one just doesn't resonate with me. Technically, it's a very good presentation. You know, with digitally shot productions, there's a whole myriad of problems that can happen with, you know, banding and all kinds of visual little quirks. I don't see any of those here. It looks good. I don't really. So there is no. This is the 4K Ultra HD with the digital code. I don't see a lot of difference between Blu-ray and digital 4K. Where I see the benefits of 4K is with things shot on 35mm, or heaven forbid 70mm. But so it looks good. It's competent. It's not something that is. It's not a visually stunning movie. It does some cool things visually, like with the camera that I was talking about. But it's not like a whoa, look at this thing. It's not that kind of a movie. So it looks good. There's a lot of cool stuff here. So we've got the original 11-minute short, Laura Hasn't Slept, which the director Parker Finn talks about. Shot it in 2019, started playing some festivals in 2020 right before the pandemic started, and won a prize. And then here comes, it all happens after that. He gets a movie, and it's a $17 million thing, and it's this global $200 million hit. And so that's here, and I think that's great. It's a commentary with the director. There's a substantial making of feature documentary, which is about a half an hour. The making of Smile. Something's wrong with Rose making Smile. Flies on the Wall inside the score, which is a meaty conversation with the composer, because the music is an important part of it. It's that unsettling thing I was talking about. Deleted scenes with optional commentary by the director. So it's a fairly loaded package. You have over an hour of bonus features. So if you like this movie, if it is certified fresh for you, you do get a ton of stuff. You get that. The film that the short film that inspired it. You get. What's nice to see here is that the director, in addition to a young director getting a shot in the studio, which is rarer and rarer, it's nice to see that there's meat on the bones of the special features instead of, you know, little 2-minute chunks for YouTube, which is what most of the big studios do, including Paramount, who is the studio that released this. But I don't know, if you enjoy this movie, I think Smile is a good one to add to your shelf on the 4K formats. But I'm really interested in what you think about this movie, because I've heard a lot of opinions about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Guys, Smile is available. The official release date is December 13th, 2022, and I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can pick this up, support Cereal at Midnight, support a first-time filmmaker, and get something cool for your horror collection. Guys, thanks so much. Take care. Until next time, I will catch you later.